So
Mm.
now there's this whole science behind it. So what you went through in terms of name change, we call it name correction, which is one dimension of going through a name change, basically. Why does it work? Because for different individuals, because you're born with certain planetary alignment, you have to understand you could numerology is the abstraction above astrology. Astrology is a foundation.
Oh, okay.
Okay. On top of that, you can build anything you want. You can build a
So this
hospital, you can build
is
a school, you can
the
build a
basement.
house.
The
Numerology
basement.
is the basement, correct. Sorry, astrology is the basement. Correct. Now, with astrology as the basement, you can change the columns, beams, this, then that on the above, right? Whichever way you want. And you can
Yes.
still get the building and you can still get something out of it,
True.
right? So, what Kapil Maharshi said, he's the person who invented, who discovered numerology. I should not say invention, it's a discover only. So, Kapil Maharshi is like 4,000, 4,500 years ago. When he discovered it, he told that this abstraction or this building is the best possible way of, or the simplest and the easiest way and the highest possibility of decoding astrology. And he found the
Okay.
relation. He did the relation, like, okay, this, if this happens, this is the number. If this happens, this is the number. He simply gave numbers. He said,
Okay.
because entire universe is an abstraction of numbers, I've decoded that and I'm giving you the numbers. Now, the calculations, he came up with all the calculations for different purposes. How do you calculate this thing? How do you calculate that thing? But all that calculation, Anna, okay, that 42 number, for example, whatever your name got, that goes back.
Hmm.
If you have to look deeper into it, that translates back to some planetary alignment. Because at the
Okay.
base of it, it's astrology. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Numerology is giving us a simpler way to understand the cosmos and extrapolate the cosmos, decode the cosmos, because otherwise, I'm simply asking you, do you know how Earth revolves around the sun? Do you know the exact path?
No, exact
No.
path. It is not the way we see. That is
Correct.
I'm.
So imagine there is sun here and Earth is going around, for example, and moon is going around Earth. You can imagine this much, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, other planets are also going at their own pace, and they have their
Okay.
little moons going around them.
Oh, okay.
Can you see how complicated the same thing can get?
Yeah, it is. Now it is itself is complicated.
Now
Yes.
itself is very complicated. Now, if you have that kind of imagination, and the strength to imagine this much, and 1 crore times beyond this, then astrology can be the thing for you. But that's
Oh,
why astrology is not for everybody.
so
It's not
much
for everybody.
calculation.
So much imagination and perception is needed for astrology. But for numerology, it's application.
Okay.
The difference between studying sciences versus engineering. In engineering, you still study sciences, but you don't need to go into depth of it. You say, okay, so Newton's law says this. So with this, I'm going to build a car. I
Okay.
don't need to know
Okay.
why Newton said this.
Yeah. Okay.
I know it works because all the calculations are pointing me in the right, giving me the right answer only. So we
Okay.
call that
Then,
application. Only when you apply science, you can create technology,
yeah.
right? So
True.
numerology is a technology. It's a tool.
With the you can just stick to numerology. If you want, you can jump into the ocean. Astrology.
Yeah, you put it very well. So think of it this way. Just like
Hmm.
we were talking about, let's say there are 100,000 people
Hmm.
living in a community or born on the planet. Only 100,000
Hmm.
people. Within 100,000 people, can you tell me what percentage of people can become scientists?
1% or less than 1%.
1%, less than 1%. That's it. Because barring only those 1% of people are born to become astrologers, rest of them have to go, if they want to go into astrology as an ocean, it's best to start with the tools and lead to the ocean,
Oh,
just like how you put it. You can start with numerology. You can start with other Jyotish sciences. It doesn't matter. Whatever you pick, it will eventually lead you there only. KP astrology is the most advanced astrology. If you want to study astrology, it's called Krishnamurti Paddhati. It's from a Rishi by name Krishnamurti from Tamil Nadu. So that is the best astrology anybody should study today because it's more accurate. So KP astrology is something if somebody offers it to you, you can learn. But I encourage everybody to start with numerology because you get familiar with basics, like absolute. I don't even want to call it basics. It's like minus basics of astrology. Like you're not even at zero level right now. You're
Mm-hmm.
like one level below zero. You're starting. Like you need to understand what the planets are. We call them grahas, right? We don't call them planets. They're navagrahas, nine grahas. And then we have 12 rashis, which is sun signs, zodiac signs. And we have
Yeah.
27 nakshatras. So like 27 constellations. So like that, yeah, these names and things, if you get familiar with it, basically, when you're learning astrology, you don't get overwhelmed with these names,
Yeah. True. True. True.
right? That's all. Because if you want to become a doctor, the biggest blockage is the terminology. It's too much terminology to finish MBBS. That's that's what it is. So for you to grow and become better in astrology, the numerology will give you one way to reach the ocean. It's just one river, one stream going to the ocean. There are so many streams going to the ocean, right? So it's like that.
So one person can start from numerology in KP Jyotish, or Pranavkshetra is also offering, right?
So what we are offering, Anna, is see, this is one more thing I want to share with people and with you
Mm.
also. Jyotish, see, all these sciences come under something called Jyotish Vidya or Jyotish Shastra, right?
Okay.
It's a group. It's a group of subjects, uh, part of this main program, let's say, right? Um, or in engineering, we call them specialties: electrical engineering, electronics engineering, civil engineering, like that. But they're all
Yeah.
engineering only at the end of the day, right? So, what if you are to become a Jyotish is a very big karma. Okay. To look at somebody's chart is you're taking on karma. That's why I don't look at anybody's chart. I have been doing for my own study purpose for past 3 years. Okay. But they
Mm.
don't need to know that I'm doing it. But if they
Okay.
come to know, it's my karma again.
Oh. Okay.
Right. If you can simply get somebody's date of birth, like, at least celebrities' date of birth, you'll get to know, right? Easily.
Mm.
Yeah. With
Yes.
that,
Yes.
you can
Yes.
study. But they're celebrities
Oh.
because they're part of that 0.001%. Right? Where numerology, astrology will not affect them because they're born with that kind of karma. So that's where the
Oh.
question comes, right? Because everybody is like, okay, so how come Virat Kohli also has the same birthday as mine, but he's Virat Kohli, I'm this. Yeah, so there are exceptions. Definitely exceptions are there, but you don't have Virat Kohli as name. I'm just giving one context.
Oh. Okay.
You are
Okay.
not born in Virat Kohli's family. There's so many more things to consider, right, in the context.